Today we're making a festive holiday wreath. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, Rika's Crafty Creations, and please share the video with a friend. Let's get into making this wreath. Welcome to another video from Rika's Crafty Creations. I'm Rika, and today we're making a wreath and we're going to use a lantern for our centerpiece. So stay tuned and I'll show you how it's done. So the first thing we're going to do is secure our lantern. I'm going to turn it around to make sure I can see the berries in here. I'm going to set it in here, use the bottom of the wreath as a help to help it stay in place. And I'm just going to take the little tinsel branches and I'll take one through the ring and I'm just going to twist it around. So just remember, these are just twist ties with hair in it. All right. And then now that's nice and secure, so that's not going anywhere, okay? So next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a great big bow for it. I have some strips of ribbon here. I reuse my ribbon every year, so I like to cut my strips in my wingspan, and that ensures that I have enough ribbon to do what I want to do every year. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with my first two strips. I'm just going to put these over my shoulder. But I'm starting my first two strips. I always like to start with a small little tail. Then we're going to go 6 inches up from my thumb, just about 6 inches. I'm going to squeeze right in the middle and then just do my half twist to another fin. It's an about face. That's an about face. So I'm looking at the pretty side again and then make another loop. We're going to do about a 3-loop bow. It's a standard. But then I've got all this extra down here, so I'm just going to make another loop out of that. I've already tested and I know this is not enough loops for me, so that's why I have my other 2 strips. So I'm going to put the red on the bottom. And this is what happens too if you run out of ribbon. Just grab some more ribbon, start right in the middle, just pinch right in the middle, and then just start making your loops again. So this one's just about the same size as that. I'm going to pinch right in the middle. And then I'm going to do my about face. Turn it. So that when I bring it up, so right now the pretty side is facing me. I'm going to make a loop. And now this pretty side is facing you. All right. You always do a twist. Always do an about face right at the middle. Pinch and twist. Or pinch and about face, however helps you remember. We're going to make ourselves another loop. And then we've got a decent sized tail to match the other one. That's going to be great. And I know that I want a longer tail, so I've cut another long strip of just this red. All right. And let's test it out and see. We may want to decide to add the red solid, but I don't know. So we're going to put everything in the middle. We're going to pinch and twist that, and we're going to take ourselves a twist tie and just tie that right in the middle. I really hope you guys are enjoying these series of videos. Christmas is my absolute favorite time of year. Love decorating for all of that. And there's so much. Christmas is time just like no other, right? So I've got my tails, and now that I've got everything tied on, I can shape my bow as I see fit. So I can bring my tails down, and I've got my other longer tail here. And then I can alternate these loops on either side. So I've got one I'm going to do in the middle, and then this in the bottom, that in the middle. Oh, that's going to be pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm excited about that. Okay, so let's make sure this is nice and tight. Nice, nice, nice and tight. And, you know, the wreath has 2 rings, okay? An outer ring and an inner ring. So I'm going to go, I'm not going to tie the bow on these tinsel ties. I'm going to take it on the wreath form. So I'm going to take it through the middle of the wreath. Maybe we'll take this back. Take to the middle of the wreath all the way to the back of it. Pull it nice and tight. Hopefully you can see that really well. Nice and tight. Get my fingers together and then just tie that on nice and tight. Got it going on right now. We can, because it's tied on, we can turn our bow any way we need to. So it goes in the middle. Now I can separate those. That's looking really, really cute. I'm just going to alternate that. Oh, excuse me for the noise. I can alternate all my bows, all my loops. I'm thinking that bow's looking really good. And then I've got my 2 tails here. And I've got these tails I'm going to bring up behind the bow, and I'm going to use, we're going to play with that just a little bit. Here we go. Now I'm going to use the twist ties to put these in on the sides, and I can have that draping down, maybe coming in one more place. I want it to kind of curl out this way. I can take that tie and just have it come right along the side, and then on this one I'm going to do the same thing. Make it just kind of even. I'm going to take the little tinsel tie and just kind of curve it around that. And then just have this one come over a little bit. Just take your tie and just pinch it around. And that's a cute form. We're going to do some other things with these and add some more to our wreath. But we are good to go. And honestly, if you just wanted something simple, this is a really good stopping place. I'm going to not curl, but cut these at an angle. Run your fingers along the edges, and that's what gives it a really pretty curl, your ribbon. That's a nice stopping point. So if this is all you want to do, you're good to go. But you know we're going to do a little extra because we extra like that. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what else we're going to do. So the next thing I have is some extra greenery. I want to put some magnolia leaves, and I'm going to put a little bit of these frosted branches in here. So let's go ahead and do that. My bow, of course, is my center point, and since I'm not making this one's for my personal benefit, so I can just tuck these in. And like I said, mine's not going out in the wind and the rain or anything like that. I can tuck those in, and I can use the twist ties to just tie that around. I can put one up here. That would be cute. Like a centerpiece on that, and I'm going to have to go get some more of these because what I want to do is I think I've left it all going this way, so I'm going to have it going this, I'm going to have them all going this way. And I'm just going to take the tinsels once again and just tie it around there, just secure it. And I have got to go get some more magnolia leaves. We'll come back and we'll finish that up. So I'm going to keep the same direction as all of this. Just kind of space that out just a little bit. And we'll come back and we will incorporate this in a bit better. Like I said, I'm just making this for myself. So, but if I was making this, of course, for a client, all this would be glued in to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And then, you know, nobody wants branches and stuff coming out and falling out or anything. That's the worst. I think that's going to be enough. And now we're going to take our frosted branches and just make a little bit, it's always nice to add a little bit extra greenery. Just to give it a different look, just a different, you know, adds visual interest. I'll tie that down right there. And I'm going to curve these just a bit and see, I can use this to cover up where I tie my ribbon down. So I can come back through here and tie that down. Just poke that into the wreath form some more. Yeah, I think that's going to be great. And the wreath is kind of like, you know, like our foam. So the wreath, we're just sticking things into the wreath itself. And like I said, it's not going to go anywhere. So I think that's really awesome. I've got one more branch here. So I'm just going to take it up over the side. And remember, we're keeping all the same direction. All the same direction. So everything stays uniform. Incorporate that into here. Cover up that little. I think that looks awesome. Okay, so this is where we are, and I'm really liking the way it's coming out. So we're going to do just two little last things, and then we'll be done with this wreath. So I went in my stash, and I found some berries. So I am going to put some of these in here. curved. So because this is curved, I'll go with the natural curve of this. So I'm just going to move my bow and just pop that back there. It's going to be great. And then I think I'm going to make this a little bit asymmetrical, so a little bit longer on this side. I've got one more, and I am just going to pop that in here. And my tails. So I am going to fishtail. My tails, I'm going to fold them in half, and then just make 1/2 of a V. Boom. That's that. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I certainly hope that you enjoyed it. And by all means, please check me out again. I'm Rika from Rika's Crafty Creations, and I will see you at the next video.